Thank you. All right. So coming to the paradox of happiness. So this actually was taken up in our week first session, Prism session by Puneet sir, beautifully about the potential reasons to be that would give us happiness. So can we just quickly, two or three people, give me in the chat box the reasons according to you, the potential answers of what we think would give us happiness, even before we reach to the we discuss on the paradox. Can you tell us anything that you feel gives us happiness? Can we meet in the chat box for a brief?
Okay, so the things which gives us happiness, passion to work, wow,
Wow.
achieving desired goal, being optimistic, professional success by Vipin. Okay, so the three people have already responded, Sanjana. So we've got passion to work, achieving desired goal, and professional success. There are
Thank you.
some more, yeah, which is coming up, but let me just help you out with them also. So accepting self and others. I think this is also very beautifully shared by
Beautiful.
Navita.
Yes.
All to you, Sanjana.
So these are the potential reasons that we think give us happiness. Most of it is about what you've written is accepting self and others. When new projects, when satisfaction, which is important. I can also read spreading happiness brings me happiness. So all this happens in these are all your moment to moment experiences. So so when we think that we are happy, that happiness is present. It's right here. So the potential answer that we come to this is the moment to moment experience. And how are we going to acknowledge our minute to minute experience? How do we do that? As I said, that we spoke about this in our first week session by Puneet sir, wherein mind wandering was beautifully taken up. Our mind wanders. When we say that we should, happiness is in the present. Where does our mind wander? It goes from past, travels back to the past, and it goes to the future. So when it travels to the past, it gets caught up in negativity, anger, helplessness, being a victim. And when it goes to future, it accumulates worries, anxiety, and stresses. So, but the happiness, as rightly said in your answers, is in the present. Our body in the moment is in present. We have we experience the maximum happiness when we are right now operating in present. We have many a times heard people or our parents say focus. Focus where? Of course, not in the past, neither in the future. Present. And why? This is a theory that I was telling you earlier. Be in the moment to experience the best of what we have now. I always tell people capture your moment, but get back to the experience. Do not go out and go click, click, click for your Insta pictures or just keep capturing everything on your phone. Pause for a moment, enjoy what you're seeing, capture for yourself, not the world. Let's relate this to our productivity. When you go to work, it is showtime. Your mental energy, your physical energy, and your willpower. These are your three main assets. most of us deplete them and wonder why are we not coming out with best? Why are we not the Picasso in our life? So build a bubble around you and do not let the noise in. Especially these days, do not let too much news in. Toxic people upon. We've heard it several times that surround yourself with true people because you become your environment. So coming back to mind wandering, which is likely a cause and not merely a consequence of unhappiness, how do we control our mind? Say, if I say that mind is a kite, what would be the string? Can someone just meet me again in the chat box and describe or just let us know what would be the string of our kite if mind is the kite? How do we control our mind?
Action by Vikrant. Wow. Ram Shukla sir says our thoughts can actually become our string. Okay. Again, thoughts. That's the another insight by Babita. Mm, being at present, staying focused, uh,
Absolutely.
avoiding distractions, managing the thoughts. Deepak sir says inner conviction. Beautiful. Again, being disciplined. Positive thoughts gives motivation and draw roadmap for us. Thoughts and action performed by us. Attentiveness. Being mindful of the present and operate in present. It also stop being trying to be perfect and your willpower.
Thank you so much. So
I
here everybody is coming, bringing us back to the present. So
yes.
my main question actually was, how do we stay in the present? Our mind say right now, you're all in this session. But I'm sure there's someone asking, have you had your breakfast? Chai bahar reh gayi thandi. Yeah, anything, that what do you want to eat for your lunch?
Right.
So your mind is still somewhere either planning the next move or thinking about the previous session or something else that, what did I eat yesterday that my stomach is upset? So how do we bring our mind to the present? How do we do that? If mind is the kite, breathing right, disciplined breathing is the string. If we breathe right, breathe in a rhythm, we can come back to our present. So when we say rhythm, every nature is in rhythm. There is morning, noon, evening, night, summer, winter. So there's a rhythm that the nature follows. Similarly, to meet our inner strength, to meet ourselves, or to bring us in the present, we have to follow that rhythm. So with this, I would like to do a short 3-minute mindful activity. I would really appreciate if all of you would be here with me. Just listen to me and follow the basic instructions that I give you.
Right.
Can we just start by closing our eyes? Can we please close our eyes, everyone? Breathe in and out. Once again, take a deep breath in and out. Step out of the autopilot to bring awareness to what you're doing, thinking, and sensing at this time, this moment. Try and pause and take a comfortable posture. Your back straight, I mean. Breathe in and out. Notice the thoughts that come up and acknowledge your feelings. Let them pass. Attune yourself to who you are and your current state. Bring awareness to your breathing. Breathe in slowly, taking about 3 seconds to draw a breath, then exhale slowly. Breathe in your nose. Now exhale through your mouth. Repeat. Breathe in and out. Be aware of the moment your body with each breath, of how your chest rises and falls, how your belly pushes in and out, how your lungs expand and contract. Find the pattern of your breath and anchor yourself to the present with this awareness. Any stray thoughts that come to your mind at this minute, just push them back out again and bring your focus back to your breath. Deep breathe in and out. Keep your head as clear as possible. Breathe in and out. Expand your awareness outward to your body. Allow the awareness to expand out of your body. Notice the sensations like tightness, ache, or lightness in your face or shoulder. Keep your mind and body as a whole, as a complete vessel of your inner self. Now bring your attention to what is in front of you with closed eyes. Imagine your room where you're sitting, the colors, shapes, patterns, textures. Be present at this moment in your awareness of your surroundings. Breathe in and out. When you're ready to finish this exercise, rub your hands, touch them to your eyes, and open them slowly. And try to carry that mindfulness with you as you go by about the day. Slowly open your eyes and come back in the moment. How do you all feel?
Amazing.
The goal was just to focus your attention on one thing, that is your breathing. Disciplined breathing, the most underrated need of our existence. Our life starts with it and ends with it. Practice pranayam, breathe in, breathe out. However, whatever discipline that you can bring in your breathing, because when your breath gets the rhythm, that is when you come back in the moment, and that is when you can enjoy the moment. Is everybody with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sanjana. We got an amazing response in the chat box. People are feeling relaxed. They're feeling light. They're feeling, being at the moment. So beautiful exercise. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So the chai that is waiting for you outside can wait another 20 minutes. You can go back and warm it and enjoy your tea.
Sure.
Coming back to us. Okay. You can be distracted. You can be legendary. You do not get to be. You've heard this, I think, a lot of times. Okay. The fourth step, the power of mindset. So what is the fun being successful in life for others and being incomplete in your own head? The meaning of success is not what society has hypnotized us into believing. It is your inner world. You're doing great in life. People look up to you, but one fine day you wake up and feel completely empty inside. The feeling of stagnation and monotonous routine, you look into the mirror and may not like the person staring at you. A lot of people die at their early 20s and are buried at 90. According to a recent survey, 54% of people accept that they dislike their jobs. Let us go back to our childhood, where we had a simple life, our needs were simple, we would get happy doing small things. I believe that adults are nothing more than deteriorated children. For all of you who want to get more experience, more prosperity, feel healthier, live happy and content, have a life that you love, please do not be hypnotized in society's definition of fulfillment. Do not try to fit in the box. Laugh as hard as you want to. Do not get trapped in being the best for others. Be the best for yourself. Be a happy version of yourself. Treat yourself. Do whatever makes you happy. If eating rajma and parantha makes you happy, please do not fall into the normal category of rajma chawal. If barfi and chapati makes you happy, please eat it. For me, it is